Hey, it's Tasty Tuesday. Welcome back to my kitchen in the beautiful Pacific Northwest where we spend our summers. And summer in the Pacific Northwest means zucchini. In fact, there's a joke here. If you have to buy zucchini at a grocery store, you must not have any friends. And indeed, this was a gift from my friend Susan yesterday. And I am going to make chocolate zucchini bread for a potluck we're going to tomorrow. So let's do it together and I'll show you this fabulous recipe to use all of that summer zucchini. The first thing we're gonna do is grate this big boy. I'm done grating our zucchini. We only need about 1.5 cups. This is probably even more than 2 cups, but I'll put what I don't use into the freezer. We don't need this right yet, so now we're gonna mix up the dry ingredients. So first of all, we have 1 cup of all-purpose flour and 1/2 cup of cocoa powder. Did you know cocoa powder has an expiration date? A lot of people don't realize that, and it can sit in your pantry for years. I know. Go to your pantry and check what your expiration is on your can of cocoa powder. Then we need 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt. Okay, let's whisk that up. Just get that mixed really well. So our wet ingredients are 2 eggs, and 1/4 cup melted butter, 1/4 cup of canola oil, 3/4 cup brown sugar, and 1 teaspoon of really good vanilla. Don't use the cheap stuff. Now, let's whisk that up. Our dry ingredients into our wet ingredients. A little bit at a time, and get that incorporated. Okay, so now we need 1.5 cups of shredded zucchini. So I've had this actually in a little colander here to get some of the moisture out. You don't want all the moisture out, but a little bit. So that is 1.5 cups. It's gonna leave me about 3/4 cup that I can use for something else. Let's stir that in. That looks really good. And my oven is at 350 preheated, and I have 1 cup of chocolate chips. That goes in. And I have my loaf pan here that I have sprayed with nonstick cooking spray. By the way, this loaf pan, my mother gave me this when I got my first apartment in 1981. And it was used when she gave it to me. It doesn't have any kind of a brand name on it, I don't know, but 42 years later, still using it. Great little pan. All right, into our ancient antique loaf pan goes our batter. Okay, there's our batter. I'm going to sprinkle on top of this just a little bit of sea salt. And It's going into my preheated 350-degree oven for 50 to 60 minutes. I'm gonna go take a shower and come back and I'll show you what it looks like. Look at this beautiful chocolate zucchini bread. It was in the oven at 350 for just under 1 hour. I turned it halfway through. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, isn't that pretty? It smells wonderful, chocolatey. And there it is. I think this is going to be a hit at the party we're going to tomorrow. I'm actually going to pre-slice it tomorrow. I'm going to let it cool the rest of the way down, but I have to try it. So let's see what we have. It's rich. Oh yeah, very chocolatey and really moist. This is one of the reasons when it's in the oven, you want to check it. You don't want it to dry out, but there are a lot of ooey gooey ingredients in there. So you need to check it with a toothpick a couple of times in a couple of different places. Let it cool on your counter before you take it out of the pan. I'm going to let it sit here now before I wrap it up. You can freeze this really easily, but we're going to serve it tomorrow. Have an abundance of zucchini, chocolate zucchini bread. I highly recommend it. Thanks for joining me. See you later.